All right. What's up, family? It is none other than your boy Jay Giddens, the paralegal, as usual. Remember to be positive, be optimistic, and keep positive people in your circle, family. The title of this video is Claiming Dependents. Okay, this is for fathers and mothers. I want to talk to you guys about what to do if somebody claims your children, right? A lot of times we all know there's situations you might have parents, grandparents, cousin, auntie, uncle. You let people claim your kids, right? And sometimes you do this because the purpose of claiming children is to offset expenses and costs that somebody was obligated to take care of a child throughout the year, right? So if you are a person who gave birth to a child throughout the year, you were required legally to take care of that child. So because you were required to legally take care of the child, the government offers you, in exchange for the fact that you were legally obligated to take care of this child, they offer you a tax break, right? So what happens is sometimes you could end up in a situation where when you're co-parenting, especially with fathers, you can end up in a situation where the other person is claiming the children, although you are supporting the child. And that is not okay, right? So in the situation that I find myself in is that I actually have sole physical and legal custody of my daughters, but their mother is allowing someone else to claim them, okay? And this is called identity theft, okay? And there's a specific section on here I want to show you guys, and that is here, right, where it says, who am I filing for, right? Hold on, give me a second. It says, I am submitting this form for myself, right? Or I am submitting this form on behalf of my dependent child or dependent relative, right? Now, what determines whether or not you are the, guardian of a child is going to be the law. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the law, right? So it's legal documents. So if you have two people that have a child and then they both claim the child, it's actually kind of like first come, first serve. It's just like child support, right? When you go to file for child support, it's first come, first serve. They're just going to ask you, if you say, hey, I'm dad, I got my child, the mother's not helping me, they'll put the mother on child support. And vice versa. It's just normally the moms do it because fathers don't know their rights and they think they have no value, which is why they get trampled over. But they'll learn, especially if they watch videos like this, right? So with with a situation where this is the form you guys want to know, right? And I'll put this as my actual cover photo, right? Form 14039, okay? This is called the Identity Theft Affidavit. All right, let's read over it just so you guys can see what is contained on the form, okay? So it says, this affidavit is for victims of identity theft. To avoid delays, do not use this form if you have already filed a Form 14039 for this incident. All right, so they're just telling you basically this is going to slow down your filing if you've already filed, and you don't want to just double up on it, but that's fine. But this form, it looks like, will be very useful in situations where, because they're going to ask you to provide your dependents information, right? This is where you would provide the social, all the information for your child. You want to provide any additional documentation that has to do with, what's going on? What's wrong?
I getting water.
Waters are downstairs. So why'd you come up here? But go ahead, that's fine.
I get water up here.
So we are at, oh yeah. So my apology, family. So what will happen is on this form, you want to indicate your dependent. You want to indicate their social. And you want to provide any documentation that you have that proves that you legally are the person who is the guardian, or the guardian, the parent, whatever you want to call it, the legal guardian, right? Because a legal guardian is not somebody who the child spend a night at the house of. Like, you know what I'm saying? The legal guardian is not the summer camp that you let your child spend the whole summer with. They can't go claim your child because they had your child for summer camp. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just claim somebody's child because you supported the child. Because supporting a child does not give you the right to claim them. What gives you the right to claim them is getting permission from the person who has rights over them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could take care of a child all year and still not be able to claim them because you did it without the permission of the person you needed. Silly. That's stupid. Like, that's literally like going and paying somebody else's car payment for their car. And then you go into your credit bureau and saying, why y'all not giving me credit? Why my credit score not going up? I'm making all of these payments on this person's car. Why y'all not raising my credit score, right? That makes no sense, right? Nobody would raise your credit score because you're going to go make payments on somebody else's car. That doesn't make any sense, right? So nobody should be paying you a return because you took care of somebody else's child. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what this is about is maintaining morality, integrity, right? This is about making sure that people are held accountable, right? Because with this claim independence thing, it can crush you. You know, my situation recently, I claimed my daughters last year. Obviously, I've had sole custody of my daughters since July of 2020. Essentially, it was temporary in 2020, but I got it, and that gives me the right to have claimed them since 2020. There is nobody who has legal rights to claim my daughter's Journey and Justice since 2020 other than me on paper. So, and there's no statute of limitation on that as far as I know. So as of right now, it doesn't matter even if custody changes. And let's say for some reason I lose custody or something. That still does not change the fact that it was illegal to have claimed them on those years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't like rape somebody and then when they turn 21, it wasn't rape no more because now they older. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you committed that, it was still a crime. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you still have to pay for your actions. Like, even if you just wait, like right now, you know, and this is to veer off a little bit. Right now, for those who don't know, you know, my scenario, my two eldest daughters, I have a 15 and a 12-year-old. You know, they're being kept from me. They're being withheld from me illegally. And right now, my daughter's mother is committing child abduction, which there's no statute of limitation on. So we can keep charging her for that. And we can, you know what I'm saying? But she's doing this with the intent of trying to like outrun the law, right? So it's kind of like she's abducting them, but she's keeping them from me while trying to get the order changed so that she's not abducting them no more. But the thing is, let's say, so we got caught on April 2nd, right? If for some reason they were to give her sole custody and switch everything on April 2nd, as of April 2nd of 2025 going forward, she would no longer be committing abduction. But abduction was committed all the way up until April 1st of 2025. And that's still a crime. So, like, even if she does get custody, she's still not out of the woods for the actions that were taking place prior to when she got custody. Because she was supposed to wait, you know what I'm saying, until she got custody before forcing psychological trauma onto the children, making them go to a different house, telling them they have to listen to her. Now she's flipped. Now she changed the whole story. Now she wants to listen to the children because the children don't want to come with me. So now she wants to listen to them. But when they were afraid of her, she didn't want to listen to her. She was like, no, they kids, whatever. Now they grown, right? Apparently now they know what they're talking about, right? But that's because she's gotten to program them for the last year. And this is what narcissistic parents will do when they get into the heads of the children and they can threaten them. And they're bullies. You know what I'm saying? These parents that keep children from their fathers, they're bullies. Because they know if the child was bigger and stronger, the child would slap the shit out you and say, get out my way, I want to see my father, and beat the shit out you. But because they're a child, you know, they're small, they're not prepared to deal with you, you know, they bully them. They literally like take over them and, you know, intimidate them and do things to them that they know they could never do to an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying? This stuff that these coward narcissistic parents do to their children, they would never try with an adult because they know adults are going to be on to you. So these people who love child abuse. But yeah, like I said, family, this is the Jay Giddens, the paralegal page. So we talk about law stuff on here. I think it's pretty important for you to know about this form again. So Anybody, when it comes to claiming dependents, if somebody has claimed your dependents, they got a hold of your kid's social, or, maybe you got into an argument with somebody and they mad because they bought your kid a pair of shoes, or they bought a PlayStation, or they feel like they spend a lot of money on your kid, so they gonna take the social and just claim them. This is how you get them caught up. And I will keep you guys up to date on this, because I'm going to be filing this all the way back to 2020 to hopefully get all the people caught up who have been using the social of Journey and Justice Giddens in the last at least 5 years. Because these people had no legal rights from the parent guardian of Journey and Justice. And they would have to prove that. And to be honest with you, in 2020 and 2021 and 2022, Journey and Justice were like full time, like completely living with me. Nobody was doing anything for them. So nobody, especially not in 2021. In 2021, nobody did anything for my kids but me. 2020, they were still being kept from me. So I wasn't allowed to do anything for them. Just like right now, they're being kept from me. So as long as, somebody's going to stand in front of my way and try to prevent me from taking care of my children, this is going to apply to them filing and claiming on my children, because you can't claim that you took care of children that you hid from their parent. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not even supposed to have them. So that's the conversation we need to have. Why do you have those children? He asking for them. Because if you was to take them back to him, then you'll never see him again, stupid, because they're his children. Like, you can't steal somebody's children and then say, but look how hard it is for me. All right, and this is the 1040 form. This is the form you want to use to actually file for the year, file your return. And I think that it would be cool to go over this. It's just 2 pages. It's not a whole lot, yeah. It's really not. We can go over each one of these line items. So if anybody watched this back and you care or want me to, I'll go over these line items so we can know how to file. It's not like rocket science when it comes to filing taxes. You just have to be literate and know how to read and whatnot. All right, but y'all remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle. I hope that this helped a fellow parent out. Anybody out there who might be going through situations where you have these horrible people, man, who want to try to steal children and try to claim credit for children that are not theirs. I mean, these people are horrible people, but you have to hold them accountable or they'll keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll teach other people to do it. They'll just pass your social around like it's, you know what I'm saying? This is what these people do, man. These scammers, they like money. You know what I'm saying? But y'all remember to be positive, be optimistic, and keep positive people in your circle. Until next time, it's your boy Jay Giddens out.